Hi, I'm Alina Suga.
And I'm Sophia Stalter, and we are the youth ambassadors, or some of the youth ambassadors for the Duke of Edinburgh Award, but we are the students from FIS.
We've been doing Duke of Edinburgh since bronze, and we've been doing it together, and we've just completed the practice hike of our gold.
My name is Adam Martin, and I've been involved with the Duke of Edinburgh here at Frankfurt International School since 2016, mainly running the bronze programme.
My name's Rob Homeyard, and I've been working on the Duke of Edinburgh Award since 2018, part of the team, and I mostly run the gold part of the award.
I think it had run, I only joined in 2016, and from what I'm aware of, it'd been run piecemeal here for the last 10 or 15 years, I don't know exactly, but it had been run on a very, very small scale with individual groups being selected by the coordinators. So then when I came in 2016, we wanted to sort of grow that program, so we introduced it to the grade 9s in 2016 and then allowed that to grow sort of organically from bronze only to bronze and silver, and then to bronze and silver and gold. And really it was because the DOV program is a great program to help develop the skills that are very difficult to teach in a classroom. You know, it's difficult to take people properly out of their comfort zone in a classroom, whereas some of the challenges of the DOV allow those skills to develop organically as a product of completing those tasks. So for participants who start up in grade 9 and come in on the bronze group in grade 9, so I guess we plan it with the idea of they will start in grade 9 at bronze and they'll transition and they'll complete bronze and then silver and gold. And in that sense, once they're enrolled in that and the ball is rolling with their own award, then it sort of takes care of itself, and our job then becomes one of support. And as I said, there's a lot of goodwill with it amongst the staff body and the community to try and help out participants complete those components. Of course, not everybody does bronze, not everybody's here in grade 9. So students who join in grade 10, they can become direct entry participants. Similar to grade 11, they can become direct entry participants to gold. And our role, once it's moving, is to integrate those new participants into the program.
I think for my specialties, I really kind of jumped on board because I like the adventurous journey side of things. I have a lot of experience in being an outdoor educator before I was a teacher. So I bring my experience there in terms of the training, in terms for the bronze, the silver and the gold, in terms of the navigation, the campcraft. And then for a few of them, like we look at more extreme training where we do some micro navigation, some night navigation. So we like to put up a good challenge for the students. I think that's where I come in.
Does a great job of developing skills that are hard to teach in the classroom. You know, those life skills, those soft skills, which are very hard to define at times. Those are the ones that people discover about themselves sometimes when they're challenged, when they're in the third or the fourth day of an expedition and they're knackered and they're on that emotional roller coaster. They discover things about themselves that they didn't perhaps know, and they discover things about other people in their group that they didn't perhaps know. And it's very difficult to get to that point in a classroom. So think about leadership skills and communication skills and emotional skills and social skills and team working skills and problem solving skills and so on and so on. They're essential for people moving in and post high school, moving into university, moving into the working world. And a lot of those skills are or can be developed by programs like the Duke of Edinburgh.
I think if schools are still hesitant, they should just reach out to one of the schools that already run the program. It's always good to go and speak to the students that have done the award leaders that run it, hear what they were saying, and move forward from there. I think hearing the inspirational stories from the kids is definitely something that will sell you on the award. We are always happy to give advice, and we've helped a couple of other schools here in Frankfurt facilitate parts of the award, and so we're always here if you need us. I think my motivation comes from seeing the challenges that the kids set themselves. one of like the Kirchhanian factors that the DV is founded on is like challenge by choice. And so we really encourage kids to come and join the program, take part in all aspects of it, the physical, the service, the adventurous journey. And mostly it becomes self-selecting whether kids stay or not. So I find it really rewarding by seeing kids actually set themselves these high goals and staying determined to achieve them. They don't always get there, but that's not really the point. Going through the journey, I think, is what gives me the motivation. So now that we've built the program up for quite a few years, it has a reputation of something that is adventurous, that is exciting, and there's all sorts of different motivations that children have for taking the award. What I always put across to the kids is like, this is your opportunity to challenge yourselves in all walks of life. This is not an academic challenge. This is not your sports team challenge. You can find your own limits when you come and join the DV.
I'd like to think very, but we've never made this a compulsory program. It's always been voluntary. Participants can join. If they want to join, they can join, and then they can withdraw themselves. So it's never any pressure directly from us. They have to do it. So therefore, anybody who's completing it is completing it as a product of their own initiative. So I'd like to think in that sense they are very motivated. And there might be an initial extrinsic motivation to it of I'm doing it because it looks good on a college application, etc. But I think as we move through the program, that extrinsic motivation becomes a little bit more internalized, that people realize, oh, I enjoyed that. I was proud of what I achieved, and I'd like to go in again and do the next level of it. And I certainly think that's true of, certainly when you get to gold level, it's quite an exclusive club, and it's not easy. We watched people struggle through that, and it's amazing to watch people struggle through, but you can see the motivation because people are prepared to go deep to achieve it. And that's not, you could tap out at any point, but people don't because they're motivated to do it. I think initially sometimes it can come down to the structure and the routines that are required in order to do that. The initial structure of the program, like the most well-known part of the program will be the adventurous journey, the expeditionary phase. That's the one that I think most people talk about. And then the others, they might have heard about that, perhaps don't know the detail of it. So then they come in and they realize the routine that is required to make a success of it. Initially, that can be a little bit of a inertia, that requires a little bit of a push to get going. And then, but once they're going, it actually is not that, it's not that much of a time commitment. If writing reflections doesn't take that much time across the course of a whole week.
I think my most memorable part of the award was it was our first gold student actually to complete a couple of years ago. And her team, they had a really great practice expedition. And when it came to the assess expedition, blistering heat and then torrential rain for 2 days. So they had all the different weathers. And she walked over the finish line, so to speak, and her mum was there. And I think they just hugged for about 10 minutes and they were so happy. And I think just seeing that, that great achievement for this particular girl was really nice to see.
There's always a sense of achievement, and when we take a step back and look at the program, what we've achieved over the last 8 years, I think we're very proud of what the program's become here. It's now firmly embedded in the school culture. I think it is expected now that we're going to continue to run it. And that's something I think me and the team in general are very proud of. And that's when we watch participants go through and come out the other side of it, that celebration of it, I think that's what we're here for. So there's no one moment necessarily that stands out per se. There's just that sense of pride and achievement in the participants who have completed a very challenging program.
I think for me, it's that feeling that you can't do it, but then at some point you do realize I can do this, and you're doing it, and then you finish it, and you did it, and it's that feeling of powering through what seems hard and achieving it.
Sure. So actually the moment I knew why I did Duke of Edinburgh and why I love it so much was the morning of the third morning of my silver hike, which we had hiked, the past 2 days, and we had woken up. I was the first one up. I opened my tent and we were on top of this little hill and you could see everything we hiked up. And there were these little sheeps across this electrical fence, and it's something out of a fairy tale. It seemed like, with trees and the mist, and the sun was just rising up, and it was just so magical, and it felt so proud to have made it there, to be able to see that view. And that's the moment I knew that's why I do Duke of Edinburgh.